Evening folks, welcome back to Celtic Fans TV. It is full-time reaction to Celtic 4, Aberdeen 0 here at Celtic Park. I've got Martin and Callum with me today. Martin, another resounding victory, another 4 goals. What do you make of that today?
It could have been 6 or 7 in the first half, and in the second half, some of the recent games we've seen the second half being a bit flat, but today it wasn't. Today they kept the tempo up. Just thought it was brilliant. I enjoyed it start to finish. It was one of those games you did not want to end. You know, just substitutes came on, made an impact. Really exciting to watch just now. You know, the short passes across all areas of the park. It's really, really exciting. I just really, really enjoyed it. You know, a horrible day in the east end of Glasgow, but just fantastic sitting in the stadium watching that team right now. There's genius all over the park. You know, we'll come to the man of the match later on, but so many exciting players to watch right now. Really, really good time to be a Celtic fan.
Absolutely. Callum, as Martin said, a joy to watch all afternoon. 3 minutes in, perfect start. McGregor smashes it in the edge of the box, just reacts quickest, gets there, and then after that, it could have been any score. Hatate scores a brilliant second goal, takes the ball on his back foot, wee step over, makes himself half a yard, finishes it, and made so many chances in that first half.
Just so easily controlled that game. Aberdeen never put us under any pressure at all. I mean, that's compliments to the back line as well. I mean, Carter Vickers, just week in, week out, shows how good he is and how valuable he is. I don't know if Celtic signed him on a 4 or a 5 year deal, but I mean, I'd give him a new contract straight away. That's how good he is. But the control in the game, Hatate again, I mean, like, genuinely, I'm running out of words to explain how good a player he is, how special he's probably going to go to. He's like a mini Modric almost. It's honestly, it really is. And maybe people say that's getting carried away. Some of the stuff he can do, his foot movement, and you're sitting there just in awe of the guy, going, I'll enjoy you while you're here because you're not going to be here very long. And that's the reality. McGregor's goal, you felt, Martin talks about it, the tempo was brilliant for the start. Big hole, looks a some player as well. Everything comes to him naturally. He doesn't really struggle. He doesn't have a bad touch.
He's strong, isn't he?
Strong, holds the ball. He's 21. He's going to be a really, really good player for us in the future. But the tempo's set from him right at the start. Celtic just looked hungry. Aberdeen didn't want anything to be here. It's the worst place they could have came. And before they knew it, they were 2-0 down in 13 minutes, thinking this is end up 9 or 10. It's going to be a scudding. And fair play to them. Celtic came off just a wee bit, but in control. They just just passed their way through the game, and Aberdeen really struggled to lay a glove on us. You
could see Aberdeen just shut the door the second half. They brought off Miovski, striker, brought on Coulson to play at left back, and totally changed it, because it could have been any score, Martin. But Rio Hatate, as Callum's touched on there, he stole the show today. He was absolutely brilliant. That first goal, we talked about it already, but some of the passing in the first half was absolutely incredible. He's grown week to week, month to month. His influence in the team's grown all the time. What a footballer.
And this is a guy we're talking about that was playing college football not that long ago. You know, he's not that experience as a professional footballer, but they talk about him being a versatile player, and you can see that. You reckon he could play in any position. But what I like the most about him is he's not wasteful. You know, his decision making he's just such a professional. He doesn't try things that are too ambitious. You know, he doesn't try and hold on to the ball for too long. He knows when to release it. He knows when to play the longer pass, the shorter pass, when to go for the dribble, when to play the wee 1-2s. I mean, his second goal today, I'll not get sick of watching that. You know, his wee trickery before he then made the move, created a bit of space, and he just makes that finish look easy. It's not an easy finish, but he makes it look easy. He's an absolute genius. You know, there's no many players in the last 20 years that have played for Celtic that are as good as him. He must be in the top 5.
Aye, so much potential and development to come, Callum. But do you think his roles maybe changed a wee bit slightly, or do you think it's just with experience, because he's getting into these goal-scoring positions so often now, making those runs into the centre of the box much more often than he has done? I would say, you think back to last season when he arrived, he tailed off towards the end of the season, and he's been brilliant from the word go this season, but the past couple of months he just seems to be getting in goal-scoring positions all the time.
It's not just his talent that's developing, his brain's developing, he's reading the game much better. That level of the Champions League has brung him on miles, because maybe if we didn't have Champions League coming against your Modric's, etc., learning against players like that makes you better and you want to become better. He's ahead of the game here. He is. He's probably better than McGregor as well. Like, overall, McGregor's really good in different ways, but Hatate, I think his potential is at the top. I'm talking Liverpool's, Man United's, top level. You look at some of their midfields, they're not McTominay's, Fred's, John Henderson's no, it's good. It's Hatate, and maybe we are biased, but watching him actually, if you just take your bias out and watch him, he's phenomenal. And actually, the boy that sits behind me is a scout for Hibs, and he was talking about. I was telling that when he scores the goal, going, how lucky are we? And he says Everton and Leeds are having a really close eye on Hatate now, and I was almost disrespected. It's like, why would you go that absolute trosh? Like, no. He's better. He could go a higher level. So he's already getting looked at now. I don't think he's probably going to be here by the summer. I don't. I think somebody's going to put in a really good offer. It's going to be hard, but enjoy him while he's here because he's phenomenal.
Aye, that's the worry, because putting in performances like that, clubs are going to be watching him. We'll see what happens with that come the summer. But Martin, I spoke to Ange Postecoglou yesterday, and I actually referenced the number of goals we're scoring and from midfield as well. And it must be so daunting coming here as an opposition, because we scored 5 last week, we scored 4 at St Johnstone the week before that, 4 again today. Goals from all over the pitch. Abada comes on, gets a goal. Haksabanovic comes on, he nearly scores as well. You could pick any 6 or 7 forward players and we'll carry a goal threat.
We went through a period where we were winning goals, by a smaller margin and relying on late goals to win games. The turn of the year, we've just really turned it around. We've ramped it up a fair bit now, and I meant to have a look at stats. I couldn't get the internet to work just to look at the number of goals, because again, impressed today with that 4-goal margin. I expected to win by a few today. Aberdeen have been struggling a bit, but it's incredible number of goals we're scoring. We're going to smash that 100 goals this year, aren't we?
Absolutely.
And Cam, you were talking before we came in here. You were talking about the goal difference between us and Rangers, but just even our standalone goal difference is incredible. Talking about scoring an average of 3. I wouldn't be surprised we were going whether that average becomes 4. I know we're running out of games, but we are scoring so many. And I've said it a few times, continue to say it, you just cannot predict where the goals are coming from, and that's a sign of a good team. I thought today we put a lot of the players through the middle, but for a period of time we were going down the flanks quite often, and the ball was coming across the box at pace, and there was a number of players to put the ball away, but I thought today a lot of the players through the middle. So. Yeah. It's just so unpredictable, which is so great, because you're opposition, you don't know what to do to try and suppress us.
That's a good observation from Martin there, because we do so often go down the sides, and you see that ball for Taylor in between the full-back for Maeda all the time, but we were a lot more central today, and as Martin says, it just changes it up. And how does an opposition deal with that?
It's a really difficult question, and I'm not going to be able to tell you. I don't know, or I wouldn't be here. But when Darren was hosting for last week, I actually spoke about that and said that I missed a Tom Rogic. Go down the middle a bit more. Do you remember that? I says that. Bang, 2 goals come for the middle, and I'm sitting there just with a smile on my face, going, "This is what I wanted." Celtic.
Must have been listening.
Thank you. But I don't know. I don't know how. I was coming out of that game once I left, and I bumped into Chris Imawillo, the Scotland striker, and I just asked him. I says, "How do you stop that?" And he didn't have a clue. And I thought, everybody that I keep asking that I bumped into McFadden, same question, didn't have a clue. Nobody's got a clue up here. They genuinely don't. And Celtic are far and away the best team in this country, far and away. Like this whole stuff in the media with Beale and Martindale and stuff like that, it's just almost trying to get us to that level. It's not going to happen. That's 82 goals now in the league, so we are going to pass the 100-goal mark easily. And that is easily. I think we'll get over 100 points easily. This might turn out to be even a better season than the invincible season that we went. Because we've only lost once and 1 draw, and I don't really see us losing any other game from now to the end of the season, and I don't see us losing either. We're in a great position as a club. 18 months ago, we were in turmoil, and I can't believe how far this club has genuinely came. Like, some of the nights were horrible in lockdown, and it's just a privilege to be here. And Martin talks about the weather. Honestly, the weather doesn't even bother me when I'm seeing football like that. Sometimes you just want to leave, and it's cold and it's horrible, and you back up the roads. I'm staying there, like, tops off, spinning about, cheering the team off for next Sunday. Sunday's a big game, and some people are a wee bit nervous. I'm genuinely not. I genuinely think we'll blow Rangers away. I just think that we're a better side, better football side. We've got better depth, we've got better quality. I'm buzzing to be. I'm always buzzing to be a Celtic fan, but right now it's special, and we need to really realise where we are.
It's a privilege to watch them just now, Martin. A couple of wee shaky moments at the back, but of our own doing, really. Joe Hart coming at this box a couple of times. I think that's just a concentration thing, because Aberdeen posed little to no threat all afternoon.
I think the initial pass back wasn't a great one, and he's trying to control it and kind of try to be a little bit too complacent, too cocky. But I wasn't concerned at all at the back today. I didn't think they looked like scoring the whole game. I was quite impressed with the thing with Johnston quite late in the game. Did you see that? I don't know if you paid attention or not, but they started to put the boot in a little bit down that side. There was a couple of tasty tackles the instant with Kyogo, but Johnston, rather than get caught up in that, just it was calmness personified. You know, he just kind of
he loves that side of the game, doesn't he? Yeah, he loves it.
It was so cool. I can't wait to watch that back either.
Yeah.
Just be instances like that in the game. So you've got the coolness and calmness of Johnston. You've got, obviously, you talked earlier on about CCV and Starfelt and Taylor. You know, we're so strong at the back, and Hart as well. He comes in for a bit of criticism, but I think you always like to have a whipping boy. But in my opinion, we've not got one right now. We're strong across the whole of the team. And of course, we've got the players that have just recently signed that have started coming in. We're just going to see more and more out of, you know, Awatas. You know,
look good, tidy when he came on,
yeah. I've heard a lot of good things about him. So we've got him and O as well. And I just think we're going to get stronger and stronger and stronger. I don't think we've yet reached that peak yet. I think there's a lot more to come from this team.
Yeah. Callum, this is almost a rhetorical question today, but man of the match, there you go. Hatate.
Oh, absolutely.
Maybe a travesty if it wasn't a full house for Hatate.
I'm nearly predicting this Hatate for 2/3 of the remainder of the season. He's that good.
You could genuinely just play Hatate in midfield next week. He'll sell and he'll stroll it. He'll genuinely stroll it.
One last thing on Hatate, and I have mentioned this before, but if you walk back in that stadium right now, there'll be one man doing a warm down on his own. Right, so most players will come and do a bit of a warm down. Sometimes they'll come out with some of the coaches. Hatate does it on his own. Like, trust me, hang about after one of the games, right, if you don't get thrown out of the stadium, he just comes out with these flip flops on. Me and the wee man, I've watched him a few times, and he's got one. I don't know if it's the translator does it with him, and they just spend an inordinate amount of time just doing this warm down. He is the consummate professional.
You can see that as well. I don't know if you've seen the Valentine's video, but his English was perfect. And he's the one out of all the Japanese players that English has just came on superb. So it shows even outside the football, he's doing the right things. He's learning the culture. He's learning the English accent. He's trying to get it. But honestly, he's just leaps and bounds above everybody, and I'm buzzing for Sunday. I cannot wait.
Aye, what a player. Privileged to watch him today. That's it for Full-Time Reaction. Like this video, comment your own thoughts below. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and jump over for the post-match pint from Malone's. Cheers.